how to create a brand name for a product. Now, I have to tell you, there's a lot of videos out there that are just like psycho bad advice that say the most ludicrous things about how to create a brand name, especially for a product. And I don't agree with it. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how I do that and how I've created brand and when brand actually starts to matter, because usually it doesn't for quite a while. Let's dive in. Before diving in, I just want to comment real quick that branding comes second to product creation. So if you are like, hey, I need to learn how to make branding, and you don't even have a product yet, watch one of my YouTube videos about product creation, all right, where we specifically talk about product. Branding is so far down the line. Seriously, I didn't really think about personal brand and all this stuff until I had crossed like $4 or $5 million in revenue. All right, branding comes so, that's not why people pay for your stuff. It's not. That's really affects the second sale, but not the first sale. So if you're like, man, branding is a rancid pile of stinking garbage in terms of its distraction. But what I want to do in this video is talk to you about when it starts to matter and some cool little tricks on how to create branding that people care about and start to resonate with. Because for second sales, follow-up sales, repeat sales, branding really starts to have a strong effect. All right, first step here, and this might be a little bit weird, but you have to define your holy war. All right, that's what I call it. What's your holy war? When I was becoming an officer, a lot of you guys have heard the story, but I was in this really cool semester where all we did was study battles. And to study battles, you have to study politics, and you have to study tradition and culture, and you have to, like, it's a really you have to go deep and wide when you study a war. And so at the end of the semester, there's all these alpha males sitting there trying to become officers. You know what I mean? At the end of the semester, the guy like leans back and he goes, there's never been a war that started over social issues, right? Wars always start because of rights and right violations. And I never knew there was a difference. I always thought it was all rights, right? And I never knew there's social issues versus rights. And what I decided to do, this actually has happened when I was at ClickFunnels. I decided that I would like to try to attach myself to an existing social issue, not an existing violation of rights, human rights, like stuff like that. Like there's some businesses that make a whole brand around rights and politics that is hot water, and in my opinion, those are very hard to make profitable. Okay, so there's a clear line. I don't make a political stance on the capitalist pig shirt that I wear. I don't make a stance. I'm not saying you got to be right wing or left wing. Capitalism's not a political stance. It is an economic stance. All right, so I have to be very careful on the actual line. And so the first step I would say is figure out what that social issue is. Go to your marketplace and look around at all your dream customers and start asking, what are the wars that they're fighting, right? What's the social issue that they're fighting? Think about the social issues that popped up even in the last 2 years. Pandemic, right? Right? Or things that are happening around. It's whatever is big and talkable, and there's, frankly, existing controversy about. Those are the best things to create a brand around, okay? Now, I'm telling you, there's a little hot water, right? I decided to fight capitalism versus socialism. I didn't create that battle, right? I didn't create that war. All I did is take a stand on the actual, what I believe. And I said, look, I believe capitalism is the right way. I'm gonna get rewarded based on the work that I do. If I didn't do any work, I shouldn't have any reward, right? And so I throw a lot of mud at socialism, and I will continue to. And if you think that I'm wrong for that, you probably should not follow me. You see what I just did there, though? I drew a line in the sand. And because of my holy war, I'm like, you know, you must be this tall to ride this ride, right? You know exactly where I stand. And to be a brand takes stands on things, okay? Brand takes stands on, it doesn't have to be as big and as aggressive as something like capitalism versus socialism. I did that on purpose because I wanted to stand in the middle of the crazy, right? And try to be a symbol for what I really believe in. So choose your holy war. Choose what is the social issue that you would like to actually take your stand on. Now, I want to tell you one little quick trick with this. I did not come up with the capitalist pig logo. I didn't. Russell didn't come up with the funnel hacker thing. He was just watching his audience, and his audience was like, yeah, we're funnel hackers. And then they were like, oh, that's clever, and they made it a shirt. I was watching some other influencers who had a different capitalist pig shirt on, and I was like, huh, that's clever. And I created my own capitalist pig shirt. I changed it like crazy. Talked to a bunch of lawyers. All right, I did the right way. But I went and I created my own symbol for it after people said they loved it. So you don't need to go even create a logo and create a brand and create all this stuff front to finish, right? Without audience involvement. In fact, I would not recommend that at all. Figure out what your social cause is, your social issue that you want to attach to, and then create a brand and a logo and stuff around that. But before like really making it official, start to kind of test the waters with it and see if people really resonate with it. If they see it and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have that, right? I love wearing my Capitalist Pig shirt in airports, in cities. New York is the funnest. Oh my gosh. Half of them want to kill you. The other half love you, right? And there's people driving by that goes, where do you get that shirt? And I'm like, yeah, that means I did the right thing, right? I need a reaction. One of the benefits, and I just got to tell you, okay, I know it's a long first point here, but just think about this. I need people to make a snap judgment about me, whether or not they like me. Oh, I love you or I hate you. I need that snap judgment in an instant. And when you get to put something like that on a shirt, it does a lot of the attracting and repelling for me. And I am trying to offend the same amount of people as I'm trying to attract. Okay, I am. I want to offend the right people. Okay, you don't have to be nice and jolly all the time about this, okay? If you believe it, then you believe it. I'm not going to apologize for my beliefs, so why not build a brand around it? Before I talk to you about how to lead the charge with your social issue and the brand you build around that, hit the subscribe button. It is big, it is rectangle, it is red, and it is free. It's free for you, but it means a ton for our channel. And also hit the like button. We really appreciate that. These videos come out every morning, weekdays at about 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So hit the bell as well, and you'll get notified of new ones that pop out. Hey guys, I want to talk to you how to leverage the brand. You probably had an idea since I've been talking, like, oh, that's a social cause and issue that I really believe in, and you can build a brand around that, right? And that's great. But I want to talk to you a little bit more how to leverage it. Think about it like this. There's really cool war movies that are out there, and you know, like back in World War II times, right? I love history stuff. Yeah, back World War II times. I mean, trench warfare is ridiculous. I mean, it's insane, just all the stuff that was happening in there. And you think about like the people that were on the front writing about everything that's going on so that those back home could know. Now, I want you to have that mentality because you're going to be leading the charge, right, in the Holy War, right? And what you need to do is treat all of your publishing platforms as a place for you to publish what is actually happening on the front lines. You're leading the battle. You're leading the charge against what you believe, with what you believe in, right? Whatever that is, right? And you're running out there. Create a banner, create a flag. I would create a symbol. This is the symbol for our newest Mastermind Titans of Industry. And what's cool about that is whatever that is, create a banner, a symbol, a thing. Doesn't necessarily need to be words, right? This is just a symbol. But create a banner. We literally have the Capitalist Pig on a flag, okay? And we give a Capitalist Pig flag to the buyers of our coaching program, and amongst other things as well, because people love it. And it stands for something, and it reminds them to wake up and just crush that day, dominate that day. And so you need to think about what kind of activities you're going to be doing, especially as a business owner and a marketer. You got to lead the charge. So we've even gone so far as to say, I'm only going to use this platform for, today on my podcast, I need an episode that's going to be about what's happening on the front lines, right? What's happening on the front lines? Oh man, the socialists are doing this and they're making these moves, and I'm watching some of the teams try to flank this way, and I'm watching, that's basically what I'm doing. And I'm basically saying, like, here's news from the front, and you treat your publishing platforms that way. News from the front. Here's what's going on, and I want you to know that I'm your leader leading from the front on this, and I'm in the front. I'm actually in the trench writing this right now. Does that make sense? I'm writing this right now, and here's all the crap that's going on. And those make great pieces of content because there's a war going on, right? And those who are with you and stand with you, they want to know what's happening. And that's really fun news for you to put out there, right? Here's what's happening. Here's the pieces that are out there, and here's why we need to move this way, and here's these things. And it's actually a really fun way to sell without selling, because you have people stand with you and then buy your products off the back, right? That accelerate their participation in the war. Right, and so that's basically what I'm doing. So I would go. We've even gone so far though as to make very offensive moves. I got to tell you guys. Tell me if you think this is a good idea. Right? Tell me down below. We make these lists called Dream 100, where we're like, oh, here's the top 100 other leaders in this fight that we'd love to collaborate with. what if we made a hater 100 list, right? Where it's like, here's the top 100 leaders of the enemy that it would be really fun to send Capitalism swag to publish and to get on an interview and ask them why on earth their logic is the way it is, right? Start saying things like, whew, that's a little bit scary. I'm a little bit nervous to go do that, but that we've gone so far as to even do that kind of thing. Where it's a hater 100 list, and we are publishing it back and forth. If I believe it, I believe it. I'm not going to apologize. And so that kind of strength, when you're thinking about a brand for a product, right? This is a big deal. And messaging is branding. And so I'm going to go in and find those pieces and then begin to create messages and document stories from the front lines and create campaigns that are offensive and document things when they were offensive and join that. Now, I'm a little bit against someone starting those wars, but I'm totally down for you taking a stance on an existing war. And so that's what I do. And what's cool about that is that it means I'm choosing a marketplace that's big, that has been around for a long time, and there's a lot of security in that. I got a gift here for you. Don't click off this video quite yet. We found out during the last crazy pandemic how we could print our shirts for you and ship them basically same day. Go to capitalismswag.com and you can get our famous Capitalist Pig shirt. If you believe what I believe, which is that it is good to get rich, there's nothing wrong with getting rich. It matters why you want to get rich. And if you want to use your resources to go help people and solve problems, and getting rich in and of itself is philanthropic. If you believe those things, if you're a capitalist pig like us, go to capitalismswag.com. You actually can get our Capitalist Pig shirt for free. All we ask is that you cover the shipping. We'll send it out to you same day.